Everyone, Jen Fleming here. I wish we could all be together in person for this, but I am really grateful for the opportunity to address you virtually. First, I'd like to thank the counseling faculty for the Father Pat McDevitt Counseling Alumni Award. As somebody who learned a great deal from Father Pat, it feels really special to receive this. I know it can be difficult not to let something as large as a global pandemic overshadow everything you've worked for up until this point. But I really encourage you to take time to celebrate this large achievement in your life. The projects, the papers, the sacrifice, 3+ years of all of that to do something that you love and something that's going to make a difference in this world. As somebody who's been on the other side, I have a few pieces of insight that I think might be helpful as you continue your professional journey. The first one is being open and flexible. So, I think when I first graduated, I pictured what my job might look like, and none of the counseling positions that I've held have looked really anything remotely like what I was thinking. I will always be especially thankful for that fact. This has helped me to evolve as a professional and broaden my worldview and give me opportunities and experiences that I didn't even realize that I needed. The next is to take care of yourself, really. I know the counseling department does a great job of talking about self-care and incorporating those strategies throughout your program. But I don't think anybody ever thinks that burnout is something that will happen to them. I know I didn't. But as a first-year counselor, in your first full-time professional role, you're going to want to prove yourself, which is great. But you're going to take on a lot. And a lot of times you're going to take on things that, maybe are too much and not give yourself room to have some of those things that you really need in order to replenish yourself. So I really, really recommend being proactive about the self-care strategies that you enlist, particularly around work. So not just your personal self-care strategies, but what are some of those boundaries or what are some of those things that you need to incorporate within your work to make sure that you're not going to be burnt out. You have to remember that this profession is a marathon. It's not a sprint. And the people who see you as a first-year counselor will see that as healthy, as something that, you're in it for the long haul and you're preserving that in order for this profession to be sustainable for you. The last is to challenge yourself. This might be in a, expertise area that you didn't think you were confident in, or, taking on a special project. I think that, counseling is has such a wide variety of elements to it that it's really hard to feel competent in absolutely everything, right? And so I think that challenging yourself is really important because it helps you to grow that confidence in areas that maybe you think you wouldn't have had. Finding that thing that maybe you're least confident in to really tackle head on, because that's what's going to build that confidence. And once you have that experience, you realize, okay, if I could do that thing that I was really feeling unsure about, I can really do anything. So really thinking about what are some of those things that I'm unsure about and really forcing yourself into what might be uncomfortable situations at first, really stretching outside of your comfort zone. I've had to do this in a variety of ways, sometimes forcing myself to do that, or sometimes just being placed in, really challenging situations. And each time, although it was difficult, it was definitely something that helped me to grow really quickly as a professional. So I definitely recommend each year trying to figure out what's that special project or what's that thing that I'm going to tackle to make sure that I'm staying ahead of the curve. It is difficult work. I won't lie and say that it's easy, but I can promise you that it is worth it. I really want to congratulate each and every one of you. This is such a monumental achievement. And, this is just the beginning of your journey. And, thinking about internship and the people's lives that you touched, the, people that you've collaborated with, really take some time to reflect and celebrate on what these past 3 years have been. Um, and really do something to celebrate that because it really is huge. And you're joining a profession that is really the most rewarding job in the world. I congratulate each and every one of you. And I know myself, the counseling faculty, and DePaul as a whole really can't wait to see the amazing work that you'll do. Mental health issues are, more prevalent than ever within our K through 12 schools, among our college campuses, and within our communities as a whole. And we need you. So, again, congratulations and welcome to the best profession in the world.